Alright, what's going on YouTube? We are back in it for another one. Gonna talk a little Modern Warfare deuce and a half in this one. Well, it's Modern Warfare deuce and a half for now. If they actually come out and make a great game, I'll stop calling it Modern Warfare deuce and a half. But for now, this game is Modern Warfare deuce.5. That's all it is to me. But I'm seeing a lot of people out here, you know, some like both sides on the extreme with it. We got this like the overly positive shills out here, and they're acting crazy, man. This game is already a masterpiece. You know, we got the shills that got the VIP access. They've already got to play the game. They made a video saying that they played the game, but can't really talk about it though. Just very generic shit, and they'll be like, I played the game, but I can't really talk about it. But oh, here you go, here's a few things I can say, which really they tell you nothing. But anyways, they got to play the games, which is why they try so hard to keep that VIP status. And then there's the other side of it. There's the super negative side, and I completely understand where they're coming from too. I mean, look at the shit show Call of Duty has been for years now. And with skill-based matchmaking still here, EO matchmaking, the rigged algorithms, the whole nine, I completely understand where they're coming from. For me though, I try to keep myself level-headed with it. I don't buy into the hype. If something's good, I'll call it out. If it's ass, I'll call it out. And it is what it is, man. I'm not going to even like, it's kind of like I hope for the best, but prepare myself for the worst. I know what's coming, but I'm not going to judge it until it's here, right? We know what skill-based matchmaking. We know what this game is probably going to turn out like, but I'm still not going to judge the game until I actually see it for myself firsthand, until I actually play it. And personally, in my opinion, that is just the best way to be. It's not sexy out here on YouTube. It's, you know, if you're just kind of neutral like that, if you're, you know, you call out whatever it is, whether it's positive, negative, you call out what you see. You call it like you see it. You're not overly hyped. You're not overly negative. It's not sexy for YouTube. It's not going to help you grow or whatever, but it's just, this is where I'm at. I'm being truthful with it. And this is where I want to be. Now, one thing I wanted to talk about for a video or for something, I was thinking about how I was going to go about doing this. I thought about possibly just doing a stream and then talking to you guys about it during the stream. But I got to be honest, man, streaming in Call of Duty for me, it doesn't work. It's just, there's nothing. When I record Call of Duty gameplays for y'all, for videos, even if my games are going good, I'm only on for a couple of games at a time. I would make a horrible Call of Duty streamer, but more often than not, especially in the skill-based matchmaking era, I'll get on for a game or two. It's not, but that toxic bullshit, I had enough of it and I get off, right? So I'm only on for 1 or 2 games at a time. That's it. I shut that bitch off. I'm gone. I'm out. I would make a terrible Call of Duty streamer, man. That's why you guys, when you guys see me streaming, I'm usually streaming something other than COD because I can actually stand it for an hour or 2 hours or whatever, man. If you're only getting on and streaming for 15, 20 minutes, you'd make a terrible streamer, man. So it's like, that's why I barely stream Call of Duty. You might see me stream it during a beta, like my first session of the beta or something like that. That's it, man. I can't really stream. So I did mention this in a couple of videos, but I haven't dedicated a full video to it yet. And I really want to hear your guys' thoughts on the whole map situation with Modern Warfare deuce and a half. So at this point, we know that we're getting all the OG Modern Warfare 2 launch maps for the launch of Modern Warfare deuce and a half, which means, other than Vanguard, this is the most amount of maps we're going to have at launch for Call of Duty in a long ass time. It's actually funny, just recently, a couple of days ago, your boy got into a little bit of a beef on Twitter. Well, not so much of a beef, it was just like a minor kind of altercation, I guess, with one of the co-founders of Charles Intel. I believe his name is Keshav or something like that. I don't follow this dude at all. I have no interest in following this guy in specific because I've seen him on my timeline before and he's usually just shilling right out. I have no interest in that, right? I remember seeing him actually a while ago talking about how he was not getting invited to events anymore or something like that. Like he lost his VIP status for a bit there. And like I said, I do not follow this guy, but I get his tweets sometimes in my timeline, I guess because somebody I follow interacted with that tweet. And I've seen him lately in the last week or two just constantly crying about the community. Anybody who has a problem with only getting remastered maps. We're not getting no new maps with Modern Warfare Deuce and a Half on launch. Only OG Modern Warfare 2 maps. And this dude keeps complaining about the community that has a problem with that. And so I probably seen like 5 or 6 posts from him on my timeline about this. And I think I responded to like 3 of them, maybe 4. And I'm like, dude, like, what are you doing? This dude has to be AI. What is wrong with this dude, man? He's really trying to get that VIP status back, man. And yeah, he got a little butthurt about that. He made it loud and clear that the VIP access was alive and well. He's getting invited to events and shit like that. I thought it was funny. He's out here attacking the community because they're upset about paying full price for a game for maps that they've already played to death and maps that they've already paid for over a decade ago. You can't tell me that that's not some of the dirtiest motherfucking shilling you could possibly do, bending over for Activision, hating on the community for something like that. I thought that shit was ridiculous, man, which is why I responded the few times that I did. See, with me and how I run this channel, how I carry myself, when I come out here, when I make a video, I'm ranting about the game, or I'm ranting about the greed of Activision. I'm not attacking the community. I might throw some jabs at the toxic nerds that get in the comment section defending the nonsense on my videos when no one asked them to be here. But my content, like, I revolve around the game, dude. That's how I carry myself. I don't go out of my way to cry about people who have legitimate complaints, legitimate beefs. Talk about exquisite levels of no lube shilling going on out here. I tell you, man, it's incredible to see what some people are capable of just to try to hang on to, just to try to protect that VIP status for a video game. Bro, it's crazy. But anyways, let's break down some of the positives. Like I already mentioned in this video, we're getting those 16 maps. 16 maps is a good number. See, back in the day, you actually got what you paid for, man. They wanted to make sure that you had a full experience on launch for full price when you got a Call of Duty game. It's not like nowadays where we're getting like 9 maps and shit. We have to go through most of the year of post-launch content to even hit that number of 16 maps. So we're getting 16 maps. And we know that we're going to like some of these maps. Not all of them. I can already see some people now in the comments section on this channel crying to me about Derail. I already see it. I didn't hate Derail like the community did, but it definitely wasn't a good map. I could see some people, like people who haven't played that map, I could see some people definitely hating that map. Skid Row, great for gunplay, like I said, but it is terrible for streaks. Hopefully the streaks are good in Modern Warfare Deuce and a Half, but there's probably going to be some people hating on Skid Row because it is a terrible map for streaks. And a lot of the maps, even if they're not good, they're at least solid, right? They're playable. You know that you'll have a good time. A lot of these maps have flow. You know that there's some quality there. But what else do we know? Skill-based matchmaking is here to stay, and it ain't going nowhere as long as Activision is running the ship. Every time you sign on in the game, skill-based matchmaking is slapping you in the motherfucking face. Every time you get on the game, EO matchmaking smacking you across the face. See, that's what was great about Call of Duty in the past. Like, yeah, the smoothness of the game, the gunplay, the fast arcadey action, all that was great and addicting with Call of Duty, but it was the variation in the lobbies that made Call of Duty as fun as it was. Let's be real here. It was seeing different types of players, different caliber of players. Like in today's Call of Duty, that's all you do is you play against the exact same type of players. They're just as good as you, a whole team of them. So it's, you feel like you're being smothered. You can't breathe in these new Call of Duty lobbies with this type of whack. Like, as thick as the skill-based matchmaking is in new Call of Duty, it feels like you're being strangled, right? You can't breathe, because even if you win one gunfight, then you're up against 2 or 3 that are just around the corner, and they're just as good as you. Good luck staying on your 1-kill streak, because you're getting knocked the fuck out. That's the way new Call of Duty is now. Back in the day, though, there was a variation there, man. One lobby, you might be in there against a whole team of sweats. Leave that lobby if you want, go find another one, and you might get a whole lobby of noobs. Leave that one because you're bored of playing just noobs, and you'll get what the lobbies that I found most of the time, where you'll have 1 or 2, maybe 3 real strong players on the other team, and then you'll have a couple of shitters to finish out the lobby. In today's Call of Duty, it feels like you're up against gods and all the shitters are on your team, but back then you would actually see some shitters on the opposite team, so you could actually do some work. So you put in some work against the solid players, and then you could finish up your streak against the shitters, the noobs. And it made Call of Duty fun, man. You actually could breathe out here. Yeah, you might lose a gunfight, you might lose your streak, but then you could build your streak up against the noobs, and then you might run into a couple of those strong players, and then you'll get your Harrier or whatever it is on those strong players, and it gives you that rush, man. It just gives you that adrenaline. You're not going as hard as possible in finishing with a 1 KD. You're playing at your own pace, and you're still able to not get a good game. That's what made Call of Duty addicting, man. It wasn't this forced pro tournament. You're in a $1 million tournament every single time you sign on the game. You played at your own pace, man, and you still had the option of doing well, plus you had a better connection. Your gunfights felt more fair back in the day. I guarantee every single one of you listening to my voice right now, you're all going to hate these maps more just because of the matchmaking that's in these newer Call of Duties than you did back in the day. Skill-based matchmaking amplifies all the problems of these games. We wouldn't hate these newer games as much as we do if it didn't have this thick as hell skill-based matchmaking in it. And now we got to think, they're adding doors to these maps. We'll have to see how bad it actually is, man. This could have just been a rumor as well too, right? We'll have to see what Sledgehammer does with the doors, but the doors will make these maps worse as well. So I'm kind of on the fence about it. I don't love it, but I don't hate it. I don't love it for reasons I stated in this video. I don't hate it because they are maps that I know that I'll like in some way, shape, or form. I at least know that I'll like them a lot better than most of the original crap we get now. Let's be real here. All these new maps, which they should be giving us new maps with this game on launch as well too. Like, that part kind of pisses me off. There should be the OG MW2 maps there, but there should be new maps as well too. Something that we haven't seen before. But a lot of these new maps that we get from Call of Duty now, they're trash, dude. You get flanked from so many areas. The maps are huge. They just windows everywhere and shit, buildings everywhere. Like, the maps suck. So I don't hate it because I already know I like a lot of these OG Modern Warfare 2 maps. But I don't love it because we've already played them to death. We've already paid for them. And they're probably going to play worse than they did in the original game. If skill-based matchmaking was in the older Call of Duties, the matchmaking that we have now, none of you would have loved those games as much as you do. But that's it for this one. This video is getting a little bit long. Let me know what you guys think in the comments section. Where are you at with the whole map situation with Modern Warfare Deuce and a Half? Do you love it? Do you hate it? Are you in the middle, kind of like where I'm at? I want to hear your thoughts. I hope you enjoyed the video. I'll see you on that next one.